Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we're going to be talking about how to move to USA.
All right, so hi, welcome to our channel once again. I'd like you to introduce yourself, especially for everyone interested in this immigration process.
Hi, Manuela. It's good to be here. Thank you for reaching out, and I hope that everyone that would get to watch this video benefits from it. So, my name is Joy Donas Charles. I'm a special education teacher. So, I'm married with a child. I have a son. So, he's just currently 6 months old. I've been teaching for 13 years. So this year is my 13th year of teaching, and I started off in Nigeria after during my NYC. So I started off straight up from NYC teaching, and after that I was retained in the school where I served, and from there I moved to a British International School in Abuja, where I started teaching as a special education teacher. I was hired as a special education teacher to support children with Down syndrome, autism, ADHD, and reading and writing difficulties. So any child in that category, I'm your go-to person. So I worked in that school for 6 years. So it was at the course of that time I found out about a cultural exchange activity that gives you opportunity to teach in the US. So I found out about that program, and I took my time to go through all their requirements and eligibility and the necessary documents I needed to put together. And when I was ready, I decided to go for it. It was really good. I think it didn't take me so much time. I put in my application in February and I was here in July. So it was just like one time, everything just happened quickly. And it was a one time thing for me. And I thank God for that. And the experience has been really amazing so far.
All right, thank you very much, Joy, for that introduction. What are the requirements? All right, if you are a teacher planning to move from your home country to the US, can you run us through that? The
Yes,
documents, the
so
requirements.
of course. It's in two parts. I'm just going to explain the two parts. So the first part I'll talk about is, first of all, you have to like study education. Your first degree has to be based in education. Let's say you went to university that you studied like maths education, physics education, biology education, chemistry education, special education, you know, everything like straight up first degree teach education with a teaching subject, like how I mentioned the subject now. But most importantly, the sciences are like very highly in demand
Demand.
here, like the math, the physics, the chemistry, the biology, and then the highest one is special education. If you went to school to study special education, like a degree for 4 years, you have a very high chance of getting hired one time. So that's like the first category. The second category also, if in that category, you went to school, you studied something else, and along the line you did PGD, get your TRCN and all, and you are eligible to apply. So that's the first thing you have to have that education degree or a degree in another area and then a PGD in education. So if you have that document done, then the next thing you have to have a passport that is at least 6 months old and more, the driver's license, recommendation letters, at least 3 letters from your people, the schools you've worked, maybe from a head of department, a principal, or a colleague. So also, if you've taught in different schools, depending on the number of schools you've taught, you have to get your experience letter. So to prove that you have this experience. If you're saying I have 10 years of experience and I taught in two different schools, you have to get experience letters showing that you worked in those schools and your role in that school, what you taught, the grade levels you taught, and everything has to be included in that letter. So you have to have those handy. Then also, most importantly, you have to have your transcripts evaluated here in the US. So you have to get your transcript from the school where you studied, where you got those degree. If you have a BSc and an MSc, a PGD, you have to have them sent to the evaluating bodies here, either the Spatran or West. Those are the one that are mostly approved by the sponsors. So you either have those two, so you have those documents sent here, and it has to be evaluated to the US standard. That is very important because without that, you can't actually be able to practice here because they need that to get your license, a temporary teaching license. So that's very important.
All right. So if I'm to get you correctly, you need to actually evaluate your documents first before you actually start up your application. Is there any particular number of years you need to be a teacher before you can be able to practice in the US?
Yes, at least 2 years teaching experience. Yeah, NYC year can be
Oh,
counted
your
as well.
NYC. If you're not from Nigeria watching this video, NYC, it's not one of your requirements, but this NYC is basically from anyone from Nigeria who actually went through the process after your undergraduate studies at the university. Okay, so after
Yes.
this step, are there any other things you need to do apart from evaluating your documents and then having your other documents ready? How do you get to apply? Are there bodies that are in charge of accepting international teachers into the US?
Yeah, there are a lot of sponsors. You just have to go online and check. You just have to go. Google is your friend.
Because you are already an expert in this, you actually went through it and you were successful at it. Okay, so can you just tell us one or two of the sponsor in the US that can actually sponsor teacher from their home country to the US?
Yeah, so I'm going to take I'll first of all call my own sponsor, TPG Cultural Exchange. That's my business sponsors. So Faces, you have Global Partners, there are a lot of them. So type
Yeah.
in J1 visa sponsors.
Teaching in the US as compared to your home country that's outside the US?
It's the difference, not really much for me because I taught in British International School. So the standard was international already. So most of the everything we I know I used to do is like almost the same, although just a bit of just different culture, just a bit here and there, but nothing much.
People can be asking, can you move with your family immediately? How does that work? Tell us, please.
The process, your family would join you, of course, your family will join you, but you're allowed to move with your family, but not immediately. So you come in first, the main person, the J1 has to come in first, and then their J2s, that's like your dependents, they call them J2s. Your J2s can come in 60 days, from 60 days. Yeah. So after 60 days, they can start their process. So the reason is because of um you need to come in and settle down, you know. Accommodation and other expenses. So you need to be financially stable to be able to do that. So even though the visa sponsors, like my own visa sponsors, support you when you come in financially by giving you a non-interest loan that helps you like settle in, and also the job starts payments every 2 weeks. So if you just come in and start working, and maybe after you start working this week, the next week you get paid. So it helps you settle in quickly, and then you are able to so that you're able to bring your
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 dependent.
family. Yes, your dependent. Yeah, you need to have found a house, getting an accommodation. As a first timer here, it's not so easy because they ask for credit score, and you're a new person in the country. You don't have that. It takes you a while, up to 6 months, to build all that. You have to have like a down payment to get an accommodation, which will take a lot. So you just wait out. I know that there might be exceptions. The rule is that 60 days.
If anyone, apart from applicants from Nigeria, can you apply from anywhere in the world to
Of
teach in
course.
the US?
Yes, of course. So they take teachers from almost every country. That's like I said, it's a teacher exchange program. So it's open to everyone, I think. So like from mostly from, let's say, where I'll talk about where I'm very familiar with Africa. I know Ghanaians are here, Cameroonians, So as long as you can speak English, you should be able to apply.
Are there time frames for you to apply? Because I know that for some countries, you only get to apply from January to March or towards December. What time is the best? Can we consider the best time to put in applications?
Typically, application starts in October and runs through March or February. Yeah.
How can people reach you?
My channel name is Joyce Reality. So and also my email and some other details are there. And a lot of people actually been reaching out. I have a few people coming into the US this July. They've done their interviews, got their jobs, just waiting for their visa, and some already going for their visa. And they've been keeping. We've been like, I don't know them. They just send me email like, oh, I watch your videos and I started all the process. Please, can you give me information on this? Because I have videos on like everything. I have video on requirements on the eligibility on my channel. I have videos on the interview. I have videos on the documents you need. I have videos on everything. Also, you can always send me an email. My email and Instagram handle are there. People reach out to me via my DM and all that. You can send an email. If you have any question, I always do my best to help and support them in the best way. And I'm looking forward to um, meeting a lot more people, and also the ones that I'm my fingers are crossed. I'm trusting God that they will make it. The ones that are already in the process this July.
People reach out to you, and then you said that you're going to give a helping hand to one, two, three thousands of people who are actually serious and are going to put in their best and then run through this process. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this video.
I trust that you found this video useful. If you have, give this video a thumbs up, share with your family, friends, loved ones. Consider to subscribe if you're new here and turn on your post notification to be the first to know when I upload useful content with regards to your immigration journey. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video.